Hey, I'm Kate, and this is my senior year. I kicked off the summer of 2017 with an Ed Sheeran concert. It was incredible and blew my mind. Shortly after, I hopped on a plane and flew to a small town in Virginia, and I made so many good friendships that changed my life. I returned home and spent the rest of the summer with my friends. We spent a weekend up at the Benson's cabin and made so many good memories. We came home with happy hearts and sunburns, or if you're Bridget, a chemical burn. School was fun and everything, but the better part was the start of volleyball season. We had a really strong start, but the end of the season went as well as Rachel sitting in a wagon. The Bertha tournament was definitely a highlight, as well as senior night. We spent the rest of fall playing in the Powder Puff game and going to a lot of football games. In the midst of college app season, we had our last homecoming and spent a Saturday night at Valley Scare. Shortly after, I headed to Music City to visit Vanderbilt. I spent the next month and a half praying that I would get in. We had a fitness challenge that didn't go too well and a lot of girls' nights. At the start of December, we had our senior net retreat. In under a week, I turned 18, found out I got into my dream school with Claire, and wrote the biggest paper of my life. I celebrated Christmas with my friends, as well as Bridget getting into her dream school. I saw this meme happen, and I also saw this meme happen. Thanks to Bridget, I returned to vlogging, which was the best decision I made this year. Alongside the rest of Minnesota, I got my hopes up for the Vikings, and then they just kind of wrecked it altogether. There's no surprise, seniors crushed the juniors in the Powerpuff game. His Benson did a lot of funny things this year, but this has got to be at least in the top 5. In February, Jack and Carolyn got married. When I came home, I hopped on a bus and headed to Chicago for the chamber choir trip. We had a lot of fun, and it was such a surreal experience to sing in front of so many people. Thanks to Claire, I auditioned for The Sound of Music and got the role of Maria. I was excited but nervous, but it ended up being such a good experience. On opening night, my sweet niece, Eleanor Grace, was born. In May, we went to prom, and it was definitely the best Providence dance I've been to. The next week, I had my last choir concert at school. I wouldn't be the person I am today without the gift of choir. We celebrated our final days at PA with Senior Week, which was filled with selfies, St. Augustine, and college t-shirts. The next week we had our last day of classes and our final set of finals at PA. When our last day arrived, it was filled with all sorts of emotions, but we packed up our bags, cleaned out our lockers, and said goodbye to Providence. One thing's for sure, these memories will not be forgotten.